Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of the Think Global podcast. Today's date is March 31st, 2021, and I am your host, International Seth. Make sure that you go ahead and subscribe to this channel because we're coming out with amazing content, and we have lots and lots of fantastic guests like the one I'm about to introduce today. You know, this is actually a new special episode because this is the first guest that we have came on the show that is non-American. So this is a global show, and we are producing our content all across the world. So it only makes sense to expand and get into other continents and other countries across the world. So today with me on the Think Global podcast for the first time, we got my man Trickstar coming out the UK. What's up, Trickstar? Thank you for coming on the show today, brother.
Hey, how's it going? How's things?
Everything is good, man. It's good to see you, man. We're gonna get into your story, man, and let the people know what you're doing in life and how you became such a prominent basketball street baller. But before you do, we're gonna go ahead and put you on the world call. That's when we give our guests 10 seconds to name off some of the countries that you've been to. So right now, you're gonna get 10 seconds to go on the world call. Ready?
I've been in Spain, Greece, Dubai, England, Italy, Hungary, everywhere around in Europe, and outside of Europe, as I mentioned, Dubai, China, yeah, pretty much, and the list goes on and on and on.
Perfect. 10 seconds is up, man. So you discussed that your travels abroad, Europe and stuff. You're originally from Europe, right? You want to talk about where you're from and a little bit about your background, about how you grew up?
Yeah, that's correct. I was born and raised in Hungary, the place called Page. And after a while, I decided to move to the UK about 13 to 15 years ago. And ever since then, I've been living in the UK. And the reason why I decided to move is because I was always looking for new opportunities. Where can I be able to do what I love within basketball, and also as well as being able to support my family at the same time. So pretty much that's the reason why I decided to move to the UK, because I knew there would be loads of opportunities, regardless something with basketball or not with basketball. London is a world well-known city, one of the biggest cities in the world. The opportunities are endless, and that was the reason why I moved to here.
For sure, man. And it seemed like things really worked out for you. So congratulations on the success you've been having. So you took advantage of opportunity. You went out on a risk and you went ahead and moved from Hungary to London with the dream of becoming a basketball player. Did you always when can you remember back in your childhood that you like first got exposed to the game of basketball? And like you want to talk a little bit about that?
Sure. Where I'm coming from, the place called Page, the third biggest city in Hungary, where basketball scene is big. I mean, big. We got professional leagues, semi-professional leagues, social leagues, as well as people playing outdoor basketball. So it was easy to fall in love with this sport, just going outside of my house. And that's the reason why I also moved to and joined for a semi-professional basketball team when I was younger. But fortunately, it didn't work out. So I decided to stop playing. And after a while, my friends suddenly just came up one day and they were like, oh, we got this clip where this group of guys killing everyone. They doing crazy tricks, dance, moves, and they able to score on the end. And I'm like, hold on, I want to see that. So we went to see this clip, and this group of guys called M1. So they were from the States. They were traveling around in the States and playing against everyone. They were killing everyone, showing off and pulling up some crazy tricks, dance and moves, and being able to score on the end. And I'm like, hold on, I'm really surprised, and someone can do stuff like that. And I was like, I want to do this. I want to do exactly the same. They were inspired me. So immediately after watching the clips, we went down to the park and start working on those moves. And, you know, we all wanted to act like, speak like, dress like them guys, because they were so entertaining, they were so inspiring. And yeah, that's the reason why I got into basketball.
Man, the N1 mixtape, man. The N1 mixtape. I'm gonna pop out a couple of names and see if this doesn't remind you about that era that you're talking about. Skip to my Lou.
Oh hey, yeah.
Hot
Who
sauce.
doesn't
Hot
know these
sauce.
guys?
Hot
Come
sauce.
on.
The Bone Collector.
Yeah.
Escalade. All of those guys, man, were on
Yeah.
the N1 mixtape tour, and they were really putting it down in those videos, man. Those videos were awesome, and like you said, it was served as an inspiration for you, and that's really, really ironic because those guys were in the United States of America, and here you are in Hungary, and you're being inspired by somebody you really don't know, but it's just the creativity and the love for the game that really propelled you to make you wanted to pursue it further. So let's talk about this now. So you came to London and you took your skills. How was it trying to navigate the basketball scene coming from a foreign country like Hungary into London? How did you go around and try to be meet people through basketball or try to get in leagues, or how did you try to integrate within the basketball community in the UK?
Luckily, it was easy because when I get down to the court, I've seen people playing basketball. So I managed to join one of the team and then got involved immediately after not being able to speak to them properly in English, but they still managed to get me involved within basketball and start playing with them, start hanging out with them. And after a while, I picked up the words, the language. I was being able to speak to them, make a conversation. And then from onwards, I was starting traveling around and across in London everywhere and start playing everywhere, get to know more people, networking. And after a while, I let them know who I am, what I've been able to and capable to do, and what I used to do in Hungary. So I showed them, oh, look, I've been able to do this trick. I used to perform here and there. And then after, just after some time hanging out with them, talk to them, spending time with these guys, they were really appreciated for the fact I showed them what I'd been able to do and got me involved with some sort of stuff within basketball, such as some of them got me involved within performing. The other guys got me involved within helping me to qualify to became a referee. And after that, after some time, one of them also helped me to become qualified a level 1, level 2 basketball coach. So it was great to hanging out with these people because they were really helped me on this journey to become not just qualified, but also to become a better man and more qualified and to get more vision to what's going on in the basketball scene and help me to become a better person.
For sure, man. I mean, as a former professional basketball player myself, I've always had an appreciation or an increase of appreciation of others' skills and their talents. Now, it doesn't matter if you're an artist or if you're a football player or whatever it is. If you really can excel at your skill and your talent, I really, really congratulate you. You want to talk about how much time that it puts in to practice your routines and your shows and your tricks. I mean, walk us through if I go in the gym, I'm going to set up a quota. I'm going to try to shoot as many X amount of jumpers, and I'm going to get conditioning. I want to work on my ball handling. How do you practice for these shows that you're doing?
Well, it takes a loads of time, dedication, and effort to get to that level where you will be able to showcase your talent in front of others. But if you got the right attitude and you love what you do and you put in the hard work, then you will get to sooner or later for that level where you will be able to showcase your talent in front of a big crowd or just a small crowd. it takes a lot of time. Just like, as you already know, being as a professional basketball player, it takes a lot of hard work, practice, hours, to get to that level where you want to be, or where you see others and you expect yourself to be. I would say, me personally, I play basketball every day. Every day. I mean, every day. There is not even a single day I skip. That could mean even just a 1 hour, half an hour, 10-minute session, but I still play basketball. Regardless, I play basketball or just working on my skills, just trying to come up with a new move, or just maintaining my routine, but I still trying to get involved basketball in a daily basis, regardless how long it will be, but I still trying to spend some time with basketball every day.
Cool. Let's discuss some of your shows that you have done now. I mean, you went from probably, just doing your little thing on the street ball tip and in front of, like, others that are playing street ball, to big arenas and coliseums. I mean, I know you've done with the championship game for the BBL. Let's talk about some of your biggest performances, and let's talk about how the crowd responds to you to your performance.
Well, I started performing when I was 15 years old, and now I'm age of 33. So I've been performing over 20 years, all across and around the world, starting from Hungary, ended up in Dubai and China, as I mentioned it before. Done halftime shows, TV commercials, private birthday parties, weddings, all sorts of things. But probably I would be the most proud of is when I get the chance to represent Armani in Italy, where we were performing in a castle on a fashion show and showing off some crazy tricks, and while representing Armani. That was the biggest achievement, probably I would be the most proud of.
Wow. Please tell me they gave you some perks, like you got a nice little timepiece or a nice tailor-made Armani suit or something. Please tell me they gave you some perks for doing that.
I can't lie, to be honest with you. They looked after us very well. So we got a pair of sneakers. We have been given the uniform, the outfit, what we were wearing during the performances. So as I said, very well looked after by Armani, not just like outfit wise, but also in overall, in everything. They are a very, very well pleasant company and client to work with. I can't say anything bad about them.
Cool. So let's talk about a little bit about the basketball scene in London. I'm from the United States, and we play street ball. I mean, especially in the East Coast, where it's more in urban settings, and you don't have like a lot of access to gyms and stuff. People go outside and play. Also in California and the West Coast, they go outside and play. What are the basketball scenes like in London? Can you just go outside and pick up and catch a good quality game, or what's up?
At this stage, unfortunately, we cannot really go out and play basketball since the lockdown is still is on. But hopefully, fingers crossed, as soon as the lockdown eases, then we will be able to get back into normal and play against each other just like before. But I would say the basketball scene in England, it's massive. Like, it's crazy how many people playing basketball, and it's so good to see. Wherever you go around in London, I talk about London because I don't really go outside of London, but in London, wherever you go, you see people playing basketball. You can be in south, east, north, wherever you are, you see people playing basketball. The parks are crowded, crazy people, like crazy amount of people waiting to get on the court and playing basketball. It's just, we got a good vibe. We got music usually on the side of the court. We got people waiting as well as watching from outside. It's just crazy. Like, you should know that because you have been here you know what's the vibe like. That's where we met, obviously, as well, throughout basketball, just playing
Absolutely.
against each other.
Yeah, we won't talk about the one-on-one game that that we played and I dominated. But we won't talk
No,
about
you
that.
don't want to
Okay,
talk about that.
we don't want to talk about that. We don't want to talk about that. Anyhow, so yeah, the London city. Shout out to London too, man. It's a great city, man. I've actually lived there for extendedly, small, year or two. But yeah, it's a nice city, man. Really vibrant, really diverse, and like you said, it does have a lot of. I met some cool people in the basketball scene. I have done camps out there myself. I got my level 2 basketball coaching certification from the UK as well. So yeah, it's a great place, man. And like you said, and
And
originally, it does have a lot of opportunities.
let me hold you on that second for 1 minute. I just want to say a massive shout out for you as well, because you got me involved with one of your camps as well. Do you remember that?
Absolutely, and we're gonna play the footage into that because we're gonna put that back, man. A White City. We had a White City
That
right
was
in.
it.
Yeah. They loved you, man. They loved you. You got the one guy really, really cold too. You got him like that. Put his shirt over his head and brought it back, man. And, oh man, that was
It
good. I
was a good
appreciate.
one.
Yeah, I appreciate you coming out to do that, man. All right. So, what do you say to the critics? Maybe like an old school conservative coach who says, these guys are just tricking and this is not real basketball and you're teaching the younger generation bad habits and this is no place for this into the game of basketball. This street ball, trick, little practice mentality type of scenario. What's your response to the critics who are saying that this is you're teaching kids bad habits?
Maybe I understand where they're coming from, to be honest with you. I understand their point of view, but I always say, if you know the basics, you get the basics right. Once you're able to showcase them, for instance, you're able to dribble properly, you're able to shoot properly, you're confident what you're doing, and you're trying to add some other skills, additional skills into your skill set, then you can start thinking about them street ball moves. What I, for instance, do, for example, instead of shooting just a simple jump shot, I add some flavors into it and then shake the defender, and then I pull up the jump shot. I always try to add the flavor into the game because if I feel like and if I'm confident to do it, just see the situation. Like, if you get the chance to show off, why not? If you feel confident and you're pretty sure you will be able to score on the end, then why not? People love watching stuff like that, and if you're able to pull up any of those kind of moves, then you should be proud of yourself, as well as accomplish another level where you will be able to not just play in basketball, but you will be able to also showcase different skills which people really love, and get a good attention from people who's watching a game or from your friends whatsoever.
Absolutely. I think there's a time and place for it. I mean, people do want to be entertained, and so for some people, that entertainment is actually more exciting than watching. Maybe they don't have a good concept of basketball, or seeing two teams run up and down the floor. Maybe they can't really understand that. But if they can see creativity, tricks, and stuff, maybe that might be more entertaining for them. So you mentioned that obviously the pandemic has took a really major hit to a lot of like outdoor events and events in general. Is there any promising events or shows that you have lined up here in the near future, considering that maybe hopefully that the pandemic can subside?
Unfortunately, this market has become really, really quiet. As you mentioned, it hit hard us performers. Unfortunately, there isn't anything lined up due to the circumstances what we had currently in England, not allowing us to perform. So unfortunately, not really on this field, but at this stage, I'm working on maintaining my skill set and working on my social media profile, putting more contents out there, and trying to gain more followers and
Well,
trying to work on
go ahead and use this platform right now, my brother, to shout out your social media. Where can they follow the Trickstar? Where can they see this content? And where can they see all the cool videos and tricks that you've been providing? Go ahead and shout out your social media.
Shouts to everyone who wants to check me out. I really appreciate for the support. And if you want to check out my stuff, please go to Instagram and check me out under the name of the Trickstar.
Trickstar. I follow you on my accounts. Azomco Global follow you. International Self follow you. I get the content feed straight to my inbox. Hey man, appreciate you coming on the show today, man. You're a really, really cool, humble dude, man. I wish you all the success, and I really wish things open back up so you can get out there. We can all get out there and do what we love to do, man.
I just want to say a massive shout out for you as well. So thanks for having me, and it was good to seeing you, my brother. Hopefully we will get the chance to meet again and play against each other. Thank you so much.